Hey there, welcome to a Sealed League brought to you by Hipsters of the Coast. I'm David, I'll be your guide today, so let's jump right in and sort by rarity first. Ooh, alright. So I'm already leaning towards playing white because we've got a good old Gideon. I see a couple of the new split cards. Prepare to fight. I much prefer this layout than the paper layout. We've got Cut to Ribbons, 2 black-red cycle lands, Bounty of Luxa, yes, and Oracle's Vault, the dirtle card of the pool, it appears. Alright, the only thing that jumps out to me is Gideon, plus maybe, given the 2 red-black cycle lands, the Cut to Ribbons. Prepare to Fight is great if you're green-white, but we have those black-red dual lands. So let's take this and sort by color. And let's start eliminating some cards. So I don't know why you split cards are all the way over there. Let's pull you guys out. And get rid of all of these basic lands. Goodbye. All right. So let's start eliminating some cards. Let's start over here in white because we had Gideon. So Gideon, obviously great. Seraph of the Suns, expensive but very playable. Supply Caravan, Protection of Heckma, not a fan. Let's pull that up here. Get out of here, Heckma. Sparring Mummy. Acceptable 4-drops, but nothing special. Vizier of Deferment, very annoying. Forsake the Worldly. You know, I'm kind of a big fan of these cycle situational cards. Maybe don't need 2 of them, but 1 is great. True Heart Duelist, excellent. Oketra's Name, impeccable timing. Gustwalker, very good card. Binding Mummy, also very good. Time to Reflect, depends on the amount of zombies we have. Sacred Cat, no. Protection of Heckma, no. Fanbearer, yes, please. Get in the deck. Alright, so that looks like, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 playable white cards. Good sign. I want to play Gideon. Blue, Open-Ended Wonder, pretty good. Floodwaters, situational, but cycling makes it so much better. River Serpent, Trial of Knowledge, pretty good. Decision Paralysis, no thanks. Aven Initiate, yes. Ancient Crab, very playable. Vizier of the Turning Sands, playable. Illusory Wrappings, I definitely don't want 2 of those, but I can play the first one. Winds of Rebuke, I've had good experiences with. Tockrop Skirmisher, sure, and Balm Early Creature. Labyrinth Guardian, same deal, and Slitherblade, no thanks. So that is another good group of cards. Black, not looking good for black, given we do have the black-red duel, so maybe we can splash. Gravedigger, yes please. Unburdened Cycle, I'll never say no to. Curse Minotaurs are fine. Cartouche of Ambition, not a huge fan. Doom Dissenters are fine in a sacrifice deck. Scarab Feats, only if you need to cycle them. Ruthless Sniper, yes please. So black is not looking like it's going to make the cut unless I'm going to splash it. Even then, maybe Gravedigger. Nothing else really looks very splashable. On to red. Remember, we've got the red-black duels. I love the expensive creatures with easy cycling. Those are great. Manticore of the Gauntlet is 3 to the face of the opponent. Deem Worthy. Whew, yes, please. Electrify. Yes, please. 2 Minotaur Sure Shots. They're fine. And Crop Crasher. Very good. Not being able to block is super annoying. Nephcrop Entangler has overperforms. Brute Strength and Magma Spray, yes please. Cartouche of Zeals, have not been super impressed by them. So looking like equal amount of playables to blue, but in terms of quality, much higher than blue. Green, Greater Sandworm. Again, I love these big creatures with cycling. Colossipede's fine. Giant Spider is fine. Pouncing Cheetah is fine. Ornery Kurdu is better with the -1/-1 counter. deck. Manglehorn, Gifts of Paradise, no. Cartouche of Strength is... Yeah, that's one of the better cartouches. Benefaction of Ronus, no thank you. Dissenter's Deliverance, no thank you. Bitter Blade Warrior, those are the 2/2 for 2 with Exert, but you don't need that Death Touch. And Shed Weakness, better in the -1/-1 deck. So in terms of playables, we're looking at more... So white, definitely. Red looks to have the second most amount of playables and very strong cards. Blue has a lot of playables, but they're not very strong. Black is pretty weak. Green is super mediocre. Decimeter Beetles, we don't have a... It doesn't look like we have a -1/-1 counter deck, so those are not going to be making the cut. And then over here, let's see. I would definitely play Cut to Ribbons in just a red deck. The front half cut is an excellent removal spell. Prepare to Fight, good split card. I would probably play the first half Prepare, even if I couldn't play Fight. But it definitely loses some of its value when you don't get to play Fight. Bounty of Luxa, we're not playing blue-green, I don't think. Let's see what our artifacts give us. Grasping Dunes, no. Hone Kopesh, no thank you. Bantu's Monument, definitely no. Oracle's Vault, if we want to dirtle around, but a white-red deck does not appear to want to dirtle. So let's start moving these cards down, shall we? Let's move all these guys down. Let's move all these guys down. And pull this up. Let's see, what do we got? We're already looking at a main deck of 22 of just the red and white playable, so that's looking good for us. Sort by converted mana cost. Let's split them up. All right, what are we looking at? Cut to Ribbons, what are you doing over there? Get over here. Let's see, what else do we need to move around? Forsake the Worldly is definitely just going to be cycled most of the time until I see something reasonable. Take up the second one. I don't want two of those, probably. This is probably going to be a 4-drop most of the time. Supply Caravan. Okay, that's looking like a more reasonable place to put everything. All right, so we've got a main deck of 21. And let's see, what are the next cards that we can put in? So as mentioned before, we could possibly play the front half of Prepare to Fight. Could play Oracle's Vault. Don't want that second Forsake the Worldly. We've got 2 red-black lands, so I could splash Gravedigger. This is looking like we've got a pretty good curve. Not super aggressive with a dirtily top end, so maybe 2 Brute Strength's not worth it, but maybe 1. I don't want to play Cartouche of Zeal in this deck. Alright, so we've got some options. I think this is a very good curve for a base red-white deck. I think given that we have Cut to Ribbons and 2 red-black lands, we might splash Gravedigger with a Swamp for a 3rd black source, but I think given the curve, we probably want to stay away from that and just stick with a consistent 2-color curve-based deck. So in that case, I think we're going to be cutting Gravedigger. Let's not splash. Get out of here, Gravedigger. I think Oracle's Vault is going to be a little too dirtily for a curve deck. We've already got a dirtily Seraph of the Sun, so let's save that for maybe the sideboard. And then what we're looking at a 23 card deck right now with 2 lands. So let's distribute these guys. So we've got 2 tricks, 1, 2, 3, 4 removal spells, 15 creatures, and a planeswalker, and then a cycling situational land. This is looking good to me. I'm going to count myself lucky that I can play a couple rares, especially our Mythic Gideon. Let's see. Blue had a lot of playables too. Let's see what we could do with blue just to make sure that we're not missing anything. Open into Wonder, Floodwaters, Trial of Knowledge, Aven Initiate, Tumbling Sands, Labyrinth Guardian, Crop, Skirmisher. Yeah, none of those are nearly as good as our red cards. Green, same thing. We got the Sandworm, Clossipede, Spider, Cheetah. No, so basically you'd be just trading some mediocre red creatures for some mediocre green or blue creatures and then losing all the red removal. Yeah, not worth it. And then same thing with black. We'd just be taking Soul Stingers and Cursed Minotaurs, Doom Dissenters. Yeah, no, those are better with Sacrifice or counter decks. So yeah, I think we're gonna stick with this. Oracle's Vault. I think there's an argument for playing Oracle's Vault, but like I said, it feels pretty dirtily for a curve out deck. Maybe cut a Brute Strength for that. No, I don't think I want to do that. I want to stick with curving out, push through some extra damage, and then if we meet a removal heavy deck or maybe a slow, grindy deck where they're killing all our creatures, we bring in Oracle's Vault. So yeah, that's looking good to me. Let's add some lands. We've already got 2 red lands. No, thank you. We don't want any more swamps. I think we're just going to accept that we're not going to be playing ribbons. We want to cast Gideon. So let's play 9 white sources. We've already got 2 red. And then up this to 7. So we got 9 red, 2 black, which we're not really going to be using. These are just going to be used for their cycle most of the time. 9 white sources, add to the deck. 42, what did I miscount? Okay, because there's a forest in here, because I guess it snuck in because of our split card. We have 18 lands. What happens? Come on, computer. Let me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mountains. Yeah, don't need that. All right, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 white sources. Perfect. All right, let's save this and head on to round 1.